What's up, guys? Lou from Trying Strength Project. Interesting question I got from well, that I honestly get all the time, so I might as well just make a video of it, and possibly two-part, because there's different segments to this, is that I personally work with a lot of kids, football, baseball, that sometimes they just want to gain some size. And it is true that if they gain a little size, able to produce a little bit more force, their performance is going to go up because of that. So one of the biggest staples that comes, one of the biggest segments that comes with that is nutrition. So I just wanted to go over some of the nutrition guidelines that they should be implementing into their diet. Understand that this is for your relatively skinnier person that has a trouble gaining weight, and it's specifically for your athletes. It's not intended for people that are looking for fat loss, and a lot of this does apply, but I'm specifically niching this towards that demographic of people. So with the nutrition, one of the, you break it down to different segments: protein, carbs, and fats. One of the biggest things, lean meats. We want our meat sources to be of high quality and rid of pesticides and substances that different agricultural farmers put into our products. So we're going to go with a grass-fed or something of that free-range meat. And you want to, it's a little bit more pricey, but understand this is what you're putting into your body, and this is what your cells are using for fuel. So there's a huge debate on that, I guess, in a sense. So with your meats, you're going to want, general rule of thumb is palm size, depending if you want to gain some, it's what I always, easiest thing to go about. Kids trying to gain some size, 2 palm sizes. You're also going to want to implement a protein supplement, because it's kind of hard to carry around meat with you all the time, and to get it readily available, you're going to have to Tupperware, and it's part of my life personally. But cheapest supplement you could possibly get is whey. There's a lot of debate on that also, but understand that bang per buck, it's decent. Whey or whey isolate, whatever works. So you're gonna want to have meat at every meal and change it up. All different types of meat. Obviously, your different chicken, your beef, your lamb, your pork. So we're talking about chicken, all different beef, and obviously we want the fat percentage on this. It doesn't have to be extra lean. It could be 85% or so, something like that. We're gonna want different fish, and basically anything with eyes or ears is protein. It has meat in it. And with our protein supplement, don't go crazy. This is just something. The word supplement is big time. Remember, supplement to your nutrition. It's not supposed to be in place of. So that'll handle a big portion of it. This is pretty much the stuff that should be on your plate. Carbohydrate-wise, we're going to want to basically have different types of carbohydrates, and that's the biggest thing, is there are different types. But to make it simplistic, we're going to want this from potatoes, from regular white potatoes, and there's going to be a specific time when you're going to have that. Sweet potato, different rices or grains, fruits, vegetables, and beans. With the veggies, I always promote to be all throughout the day, every meal. If you can be, and have all different colors of the rainbow. Easiest way to look at it, whatever you feel you like. The big thing with carbohydrates is that the timing is crucial. We want those carbohydrates that we're using to be utilized as energy. So we want to have them before our training sessions, maybe like an hour and a half before. So before training, to be utilized for that fuel source for training. Obviously, this is going to be specifically for training. And then we're going to want after training also. After training, and this is to replenish glycogen stores, and glycogen is just the broken down product of carbohydrates and all fuel. But we're going to want that also to keep our energy levels up and to help repair the body in a sense. But that's the biggest thing, is we're going to want it before and after. So that's where people I mean, there's a huge debate on this. There's a huge, sometimes talking about nutrition is like talking about religion, I guess. So people take things 100% gold, blah, blah, blah. But you're going to want to time it appropriately. Obviously, if we have too much of any macronutrient, it's going to be stored on the body as fat. And if you do have fat, it's just stored food if you want to look at it that way. So remember, the timing is most important here. And then it gets individualistic after that, but these are just general guidelines. Fats, just don't go too crazy with them. If you're having the right protein types and pretty much here, and everything's set up there, this will handle itself in a sense. All different nuts, obviously cashews, almonds are excellent. Pistachios are good. And whatever nuts you really like, there are specific ones you may want to step away from, but I don't want to really get into that today. All different nut butters, cashew butter, almond butter, pretty good. Even if you want to, the oils are specific too. This is where people kind of forget, but if you're going to cook with oils, whatever you're cooking your food with, olive oil, coconut oil, supplement with fish oils. There's different types, obviously, but this pretty much handles the nutrition side, and this is just general guidelines of what the person should be having on their plate at every meal. And just remember the timing of the carbohydrates is what's most important. So from here, this is just a general template. And then what's most important for part 2 of this is the training. The training is what we want to basically hammer in, because the whole point of this person trying to gain size is for their sport or to stay athletic. Obviously, if you can't move, you're not going to be able to help on the field. So mobility comes huge into this. And then it gets specific per person on the training side, depending on their experience and where they're at. But that's part 1 of gain size that's useful. Stay tuned for part 2. I'm going to talk about all about different training and how you break that down and what the person, depending on their level, should be focusing on. Later.